We're at the midway point of 2025, so we're checking in with the goals we made at the beginning of the year on things we want to do and see in Great Falls that we've never done before. How are we doing? Find out on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth,
and we're No Damn Experts. I'm pretty excited about today,
Yeah?
although it is helpful to have a mid-year update to hold yourself accountable.
It is. I was actually just on the news this morning when I was watching. They were talking about, hey, don't wait till January to make resolutions. You know, we're at the midpoint of the year, July 2nd, which will be a few days before this airs, after this airs, but before this airs. Oh, dear.
Doesn't
Anyway,
matter.
this week is the official midway point. July 2nd is the official halfway point of the year.
Well, there you go.
So it's a great time to check in on goals.
Which you're holding us accountable to.
Yep, sure. Uh-huh.
So the premise of this...
I am not doing well on mine so far. So
the premise of this episode back in...
it was the very first episode of the year.
So January 1st, whatever
Sure.
episode was closest to that day.
Yeah.
Shannon and I said these are the top... Well,
5.
we picked 5 things. I wouldn't say top, but 5 things that we wanted to accomplish this year.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are reporting back what we've done.
Because there are things that we had never done living in Great Falls.
Yeah.
Some of these are things we recommend to other people for sure.
Yeah,
just
because
haven't
we
done
think
them
it'd be
ourselves.
fun,
Right.
but we've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you my list,
Yeah.
which was go to Buffalo Blanc, which is a coffee shop here in Great Falls. Throw axes at Broken Axe. Haven't done that yet. Oh,
Don't reveal that yet.
Sorry,
You're just saying
screwed
your
that up.
list.
Do a sluice boxes hike in the fall. Take in the Tom Gillian exhibit. Hike Our Lake. And then I had an honorable mention of doing a Fifth and Wine food pairing. So those are the things I said, hell or high water, I'm making
2025.
happen in the calendar year 2025.
Mine were not hell or high water, but these were my list. My honorable mention was Our Lake hike, because after you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Mine was to try, I was not overly specific, but try food places I'd never been to. I gave Grinders as an example.
Okay.
And Burger Bunker.
Okay.
The Mimosa Showdown.
Okay.
Go to Galleria Trinitas.
Okay.
Do the Cochrane Dam Crossing and snowshoe like further out on the River's Edge Trail.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's do a reveal of what percentage we've gotten accomplished.
I'm not good at math, but good thing I don't have to do much math.
I'm basically at, I think, yeah, this is where not bringing your phone is correct.
Yeah.
I'm 2 of 6,
Okay.
which I think is 20%.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's better than mine, 0%.
You've done nothing?
I'll explain. I'll explain.
Shannon, maybe you need to put a sticky note on your monitor to remind you of the things you're going to get accomplished this year.
Well, a couple of these
You're going to squeeze them all into one. Well,
yeah,
one
you
probably
know this is my style.
one you're not even going to get done now this year.
2 I cannot get done. I
Loser.
have a good excuse for one of them though.
So why don't you tell me which ones you cannot now do at all this year?
So one of mine was to attend the Mimosa Showdown, which is a huge event that I have never done. And I cannot do that because it's in the past. And I could not go because once again, I serve on a board of directors here in Great Falls that has a board of directors retreat that for the last couple of years has happened to be the exact same time as the Mimosa Showdown, which was the case again this year. So I couldn't go, and I cannot make that happen in 20. I mean, I could do my own Mimosa tour, but that's not the same.
No, it completely is not.
Yeah, so I cannot do that this year.
Do you have something that you've done that you can replace that with? That would have been something.
This is a good.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to lift you up.
In that similar vein, nothing with drinking.
Okay, doesn't have to be drinking.
Feisty women.
Oh, okay.
The feisty women.
I don't know if that necessarily counts since it was part of
it
what
was
you
my job.
had
well,
to do.
okay. I'll say another one, and then I'll combine this. So, the Cochrane Dam crossing.
Yeah.
I also did not go to that this year.
No,
I don't have it. I didn't have a board retreat. I just don't. I feel like there was just
you forgot what your goal was.
other things happening. Yeah. So I could go do that. Well, I can't cross the Cochrane Dam anytime. So that's going to have to wait till
Next
another
year.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Unless they happen to do, occasionally they'll do a second one within a year.
Yeah.
Maybe that maybe that will be my hope, is that they'll plan a second one. Okay. What I did do this last weekend, Jason and I did a day trip outside of Great Falls to go hiking. And we also went to this historic point in Nyhart, the Nyhart Bell that was restored recently. We saw that. And then we went to the Monarch Depot, which has been recently renovated into this really cool museum. So we stopped there and did that, which was 100%. I just did a blog post about that day trip idea for you, and with some details about that, but definitely worth the drive this summer to go and see that depot. So I'm going to say that's my replacement experience. Yeah.
So two things you can't do. One thing you added that you did do.
Yeah.
What's your plan to get your other stuff done?
Mm-hmm. Well, the snowshoe on the River's Edge Trail, it can happen, just not now.
You have to be intentional in your future, Shannon.
Okay.
Or you're going to end up.
Rebecca, you have to be intentional with your other 80%.
Well, yes. So I'll tell you the things I've gotten done since I've gotten done some stuff.
Yeah.
I went and had coffee at Buffalo Blanc.
Yeah, that's great.
I didn't have any food, so I'm going to go back and have coffee and food.
Okay.
That's where I should have went this morning with my aunt and uncle visit.
See? You could have really knocked that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't you've been to
I've been to Buffalo Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
I want to eat the food there. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But I've done Buffalo Blanc. It's super cute.
Isn't it? I love the styling of it.
It's absolutely beautiful. And the thing that I absolutely love about it is if you're going to go there for a meeting, it's got little cubby holes, I'm going to call them. You got little areas you can kind of sit away from a little bit of the noise and have a meeting, which is nice.
That's what I've done the times that I've been there, has all been for meetings. Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to get the Tom Gillian exhibit done off my list.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to talk about it with you people, but it's not up anymore.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see it, but it was fantastic. Tom Gillian, former Disney Imagineer. Wish we could get him on the podcast. His agenda is really full. I guess he just, we're working through his agent. Anyway, it was a very visual, digital piece of art, and it was 3 different digital panels that worked together, and separately. And you could see kind of the evolution of some of the art that has been created, but the process to getting it to that point where it had multiple sketches, different colors, those type of things. It was a really cool exhibit. I could have sat there all day and watched it, which I think is kind of the intent of that digital exhibit.
Cool.
So now I want a digital exhibit, a digital piece of art in my home.
Oh.
That people can just stare at instead of the TV.
They
We'll
have
see how
that.
Happens.
Have you seen the TVs in people's homes where there's, I don't know what program it is, but it is art like that just, it's like a screensaver, but prettier and fancier for your TV.
Huh.
So that exists.
I have seen people who frame their TV like it's a it's a picture frame.
Yeah. It's specifically, I stayed at some family's house that had that, and it was just kind of a screensaver, but prettier with art.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. So you could do that.
I am able to do all the other things that are still on my list.
You are.
Yep, which is 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
2 will probably happen this fall because I'll be intentional.
The Hour Lake will be this fall too. Yeah.
This year, just like last year, the weather turned off really hot in June again.
Mm-hmm.
We had a few days where it was really nice, but it's 95. It's going to be 95 today.
It's July now, though, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, but it was 90 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And those are temps we don't usually have in June.
Right. And ideally, if you're going to be hiking, you don't want it to be 95.
No.
Yeah.
You go through a lot of water. I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it in that kind of heat. It's silly.
Yeah.
But when your family comes to visit and you only have a small window for which to get your hike done,
right,
you do it and you just drink a lot of water,
mm-hmm.
a lot of water. But I will say there's very few of those hikes where you can actually carry enough water
mm-hmm.
to make them good. So yeah, I'm going to wait till the temps come back down, which should be
That's smart.
September, October.
Yeah. Most likely. But September should be gorgeous for both of those hikes.
Yeah.
Which was part of your intention with Sluice Boxes.
Yeah, Sluice Boxes was intentionally a fall event. I'll just make Our Lake, happen maybe at the end of August. Sometimes it's nice then.
Yeah. Because Our Lake's one that I've wanted to get to, that was my honorable mention. We've just been so busy. Like looking ahead, I'm like, okay, late July is the first possible time we could go camping even or anything. And I don't know if I want to go do that type of hike in late July. So maybe August. I'm saying like maybe early September is a good time for Our Lake on my list.
One of the things I will say, even though I'm going to get to everything on my list, I took in the Russell auction for the first time ever this year.
Okay.
Both the First Strike Friday night and then the Saturday full auction.
Yeah.
And finally completed going to every show for Western Art Week.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I haven't gone to every show during Western Art Week. I've just made it to every show now.
Okay.
That exists during Western Art Week.
It'd be real hard to get to all of them.
I'm just going to say it. There's no possible way.
No. Unless you just really, your sole mission is to just get to all of them and you're not actually enjoying and looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should not do it that way. So I got to all the shows finally this year and then took in the auction, which was really fun and exciting.
Back at the Heritage this year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And bought the tickets, did the ticketed things. So it was the first time I'd ever done the ticketed things. And I was very happy that I got some of those done.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
That is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I made the Mimosa Showdown goal, I did not know I was going to have this other obligation. So
seemed like an easy one for you to tackle.
Yep.
So so you've got a plan for Our Lake. You're thinking September.
Yep. And that wasn't technically on my list, but that was an honorable mention. Snowshoe. Yeah. I mean, that depends on the amount of snow, but that's definitely doable for me still this year.
Do you think we're going to get a lot of snow?
Oh, that's a good, I will ask my meteorologist husband. And the hard part is usually the snow, more snow or the packable snow, it doesn't come till January, February.
Yeah.
But I'll make it happen. I'll snowshoe in the dirt to cross this off the list.
That's how committed you are to at least achieving it.
Galleria Trinitas, I've just gotten, none of this is making me look very good. I got behind on our Museum a Month thing. I'm continuing that into this year. So that one for sure will be there soon. And the food, the grinders. Yeah. I mean, Burger Bunker. We have friends coming into town this weekend. Maybe maybe I'll be like, look, we need to go to those 2 places specifically.
Yeah. Call it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get stuck in our ruts and we can't figure it out.
They're good ruts, but I need to think outside the box.
One of the things that I did not put on my list because it's not in Great Falls, but it would be a great day trip, even though you can stay in this town. That's not the objective of our podcast. So go out there and then come back. We were the hosts for the IEDC Rural Retreat last week.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Had 400 people from across everywhere here learning about rural economic development. And I got to be part of the tourism tour that went out to Shoto each day. And one of the things I've wanted to do for a while was eat at the wagon wheel. And I finally got to do that because that's where our lunches were. And the food was fantastic.
Was it?
Yes. And I apparently scared a lot of people.
With your eating?
No, with my loud, boisterous voice.
Oh.
Because if you're the leader of a tour group and you've got some surly adults who want to have some of their own independent study in the town, you need to wrangle.
Yeah.
And so I was loudly wrangling. And the lady at the restaurant says, "How many kids do you have?" And I said, 0. And she says, "The instant you start talking, I am at attention and I will do whatever you say. I am that scared of you." And I said, "Well, you shouldn't." I said, "Great. I want this exact meal tomorrow for lunch." She's like, "You're not getting it." I'm like, "Well, this doesn't work at all then."
Right. I thought you said.
I thought you
said.
But obviously she had as much kind of tenacity as I did to just stand up and say, no, that wasn't going to happen. But the food was fantastic.
Nice.
It's a great little place.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. My memory does not serve me well sometimes because I know we've done all kinds of things besides just this last weekend. Well, we have. I'm just trying to think was there any new experiences besides this last weekend that we've done? I don't know. We've gone out and about.
No, I think everything else has been a little routine. We went camping in a new spot that we haven't.
Oh, nice.
I shouldn't say new. In a spot we haven't done for about 15 years.
Oh, okay.
20 years maybe.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Nice.
Hadn't been up in that area for a while. So, but again, I've been there before.
Yeah.
Wasn't
it's
anything
just been
new.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything mid-year now that you've knocked a couple off? Is there anything else you want to add to your list?
Ooh, that is a really great question.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about this myself too.
You know, I would probably no. I guess one of the and I only say that because coming to mind, I was able to have brunch for the first time at Fifth and Wine.
Okay.
A couple months ago. It was so good.
Yeah.
I want to do that again. Like it was so good.
You haven't done the like pairing event at Fifth and Wine?
Haven't done that yet. That's going to be an evening thing.
Yeah.
That I have to do. I went to an exhibit opening at the C.M. Russell Museum. I'd never done that before, but I'd been to the Russell before.
Right.
And I saw this artist before, but I'd never seen the exhibit at the Russell before.
Yeah.
So that was fun and exciting. And you got to hear that episode with Robert Osborne or Bob.
Yeah.
And we got an exclusive invite to go down to Livingston. So again, I'm going to go do that. But I can't do that on the list because what is one of the disclaimers we tell people? You can acknowledge other communities exist, but
don't encourage them to stay there.
Right. And so
I'm pulling up my like photos in my phone because this is how I remember what I've done this. I'm just trying to think if there's
you're taking pictures because
I do. Yeah, I'm good about taking photos.
You know the thing I am going to add to my list?
What's that?
The Sid's pedal trolley.
Oh, yes.
So we had an opportunity. I've had an opportunity now like 5 times to do it and still haven't made it work.
That's a really good one. I should add that to mine too.
And the other thing that I did that I'm really happy we did that I've never done before was attend the East-West Shrine game.
Oh, nice. You hadn't been to one before?
Nope, hadn't been to one. So cheered really loud and East still lost, which I'm angry about.
Again.
And here's another thing that I did that I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
Summer celebration in Fort Benton.
Oh, this last
Yep, this last weekend
you went there? Yeah.
I went and did just Saturday, but got myself 4 new pairs of earrings.
Oh.
Found 2 new vendors that I absolutely love.
Very nice.
Had fantastic food at one of the food trucks. watched the parade, and then we watched the fireworks that night.
Fun.
Now, I have never seen anything like this before. They light it on the old bridge in town. They light them off from there.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful fireworks display. There was one firework that shot off, landed on the water, and then shot off again.
Whoa. Did it shoot at anybody?
No,
That's
it's designed for that. And
it is.
yeah, like it shot off and it landed in the water, and then it shot off again, like a rolling, almost like a waterfall effect.
Yeah.
It was the neatest thing I'd ever seen. I'd never seen a firework do that before.
Yeah.
Because
I haven't
you
either.
have to think like it goes into water and then puts it out.
Stops.
Nope. This one kept going. Like it was energized by the water
scary.
And then shot again.
Wow.
In unison. Like it was these 5 droplets and then they shot again.
Whoa.
It was really cool. So
I did not know you could intentionally do that with a firework.
I could recommend Summer Celebration, and it's packed, so you're going to have to stay in Great Falls. And the number of cars that were coming back after with us indicated a lot of people were coming back to Great Falls.
Yeah.
But the other thing that was really neat, the Grand Union had like these huge quart-sized buckets of Caesars or vodka lemonade.
Nice.
Vodka huckleberry lemonade.
Ooh.
That you could get and then stroll with.
What a great idea.
Yeah. You could get a regular Caesar or a loaded Caesar.
Oh, what's it loaded meaning you get like an appetizer in your drink basically?
Or a whole meal.
Yeah.
It had a slider, 2 shrimp,
gosh.
a meat stick, some cheeses.
Holy cow.
The olives, the celery, peppercini. So it was like a whole meal on top of the
slider in it?
Quart bucket.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is a whole meal.
So my current spouse and I shared the regular one. And then they have like a breakfast in the morning and they've got live music going all afternoon. Found this really awesome Ryan and Justin, I think their name was. They were so good, just kind of Americana folksy.
Yeah.
And this is how in tune I am with the music. It seemed like all original music, but maybe they were doing covers. I don't know. You know
just
those
don't know.
kind of artists?
We're like, yes, it could be an existing song. I don't know. Yeah.
Never heard it before, so it might as well be an original to Ryan and Justin. I don't know.
Did you guys dance? Did you do the street dance?
No.
Okay.
We left.
Yeah.
We were outside during the street dance.
Mm-hmm.
But there were so many people that...
It's a fun event.
Yeah, and we ran into some friends from Havre.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up visiting with them most of the afternoon and day.
Nice.
And so we did the fireworks and then we left and went home. Because it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
And we're old.
Well, you just want to, when you're driving back, not be driving at 2 a.m. or with a bunch of people who shouldn't be driving.
The other thing that happened this last weekend was the Augusta Rodeo, and I've not done that yet either, so I put that on my list.
Hey, nice. I did think of one thing we did that I had not done before, which was the mannequin jump at Showdown at the end of the season. Yeah, that was a blast. So much fun. So it's the second to last day of the season up there when they do that. So that was Saturday in April. And so they they finish off the runs for the day. You go in, you get your beer, your drink, whatever. And then they have little fire pits outside, and everyone takes their, drinks out and chairs out and gets set up. And then they, have all of the parade of the mannequins going up the hill and then watching them jump off. That was a really fun event.
That does sound fun.
Yeah. Just entertaining. It was gorgeous. It was a perfect day too. Nice, sunny, warm, good spring skiing.
Those are awesome.
And then
days.
we ran into some friends from Helena who were there, just hanging out, met some new friends. Just a great time.
Well, clearly we're doing stuff.
We're doing stuff. It's just not, I promise I'm doing stuff and meeting other goals. It's just this list does not reflect that so well. Yeah.
I know we've talked about this before, coming up this weekend's 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you've done it because your husband does
I have done behind the scenes at it most of the time, which is fun. I'll share some of that too.
Easton Corbin.
Free concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you happen to be listening to this on Friday morning, the 4th of July, and think, I want to get to Great Falls, you have until about, 1, 2 in the afternoon. That's when he takes the stage.
You should. You should get to Great Falls.
Great Falls really is. It's getting more and more known. It's not as much of a best kept secret anymore, but really the place to be for Independence Day. Like truly, it is
everything Americana.
Yeah.
It's baseball. Mm-hmm. It's warm apple pie. It's fireworks.
The parade
it's ice cream.
is big.
Yeah,
it's gotten to be a really big parade.
Yeah, and I always love a good 4th of July parade, even though sometimes I cry at them, but that's fine.
Which is funny
Weird.
Because you are not a crier at all.
I don't cry.
Is it the patriotism?
It's usually like the old World War II veteran that's stands up when a certain float comes by and salutes, and it's got just that muster of energy sitting through all the other floats, but then that one shows up and they're. And I'm like,
see, I got like goosebumps. You talking about, Mm-hmm.
Those are the moments where I'm like, oh, humanity is not dead.
Right. Right. And just really a moment to think about what those guys have been through. Yeah.
Well, and everyone who's ever fought for our freedom, it's a real big testament. And sometimes I think we get caught up in wearing the red, white, and blue, flags on our shirts and kind of forget about what actually happened and went into keeping us the way we are and, thinking through, we joke about the Lewis and Clark expedition and how they managed to do that.
Yeah.
Imagine fighting in the Civil War or the
World Wars.
No thanks.
Mm-mm.
And the benefit for me is I'm a girl, so I wouldn't have had to anyway, but
it's not an excuse
not
anymore.
Now today, but back then,
right.
I'd been a Rosie the Riveter. That'd have been my role. I'd have done that. And like, give me a drill. Let me see how things work here.
It is. Yeah, there is something. So pause and try to see those moments and remember that during Independence Day.
It's not just about getting candy for your sack.
Right.
Which seems to be a thing. And that's when I started looking. When I was up in Fort Benton, they throw candy. I shouldn't say that.
Were
they
you
don't
pushing
throw
kids
candy
out of the way to get to it?
No, because it's usually grab candy.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're not. They're mostly handing it out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to throw it anymore. Yeah,
they're not. Or and if they do throw it, then they're throwing it like into the bag.
Right. Or at the ground.
Yep. So anyway, as I was watching the kids get their bags of candy full, I'm like, I wonder if this detracts from Halloween. Like I'd rather just go to parades and collect candy all summer long than to have to dress up and go door to door.
One day. And you never know, could be real cold and snowy.
Yeah.
On Halloween here too.
And that's never fun.
You don't get to appreciate your costume.
That's one of the things that I just kind of pondered. Like, I wonder if this deteriorates from the Halloween experience when you're bringing a bag to the parade and trying to get candy.
You get a few months in between though.
One of the things that I will recommend that we will try to figure out when it happens to share with you is there's usually a craft show out at Sun River.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that makes sense. And it's called Valley Days.
Oh, okay.
And they do big kind of pancake breakfasts and all these things to support the firefighters. Then they've got a parade and they throw candy at that too. And they have some vendors. And it's usually the same weekend as the Arts and Crafts Festival in Lincoln, which is why I know that because we always go through and stop there and then on to Lincoln.
Is that in August?
Could be early August.
Okay. Because I asked that because there's also, speaking of Monarch, they have the Monarch Rocks Summer Festival, I think on August 9th. So it's a little street festival, similar thing to that. And
is
then
it the same time as iHeart and iHeart?
I don't know. It would make sense.
It would definitely make sense. That
I just know them. It's the Monarch Rocks Festival because they just street festival. And then on the 16th is the Caddis Festival in Craig, which is also a benefit for volunteer firefighters and barbecue. That one's so fun.
Never done that one.
That one. You should add that to your list.
I think the reason I don't is because I know the Caddis Festival is connected to the hatching of the fly. And so in my mind...
It's just buggy?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's not the case at all. It's usually just hot.
I'm like, oh, Caddis Festival, all the bugs are out.
Yeah.
Like that is immediately what I think. And I'm like, I don't want to hang out with a bunch of bugs.
Fly. Yeah, because it's flies for fly fishing. No, there's just really good barbecue. It's a barbecue competition. Cute little parade, silent auction. It's a great time.
Oh, well, there you go. Put that on the list.
August 16th.
I'm not adding it to my list.
You're just making a note.
Yes.
That one's fun. We love that one.
Let's see if I can make some of this kind of stuff happen.
Yeah.
So I've never done that because, of course, I just think of bugs.
Yeah. No, don't think of bugs. Think of barbecue.
I like barbecue. I like food. I like beer.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the things
Last
that
year
go
we
together.
floated before the festival, which was really fun, but it was also very hot that day, and that made for a very long day. Very fun day, but very long day. Because we put in at Craig, floated down, and then came back.
This is the thing that I often question. How can just floating down the river
wear
you
out?
out so much? Some of the
fresh
things,
air and sunshine, I guess that'll do it to you.
Just shot.
Yeah.
We
sitting here floating, drinking a beer. Yeah.
It took too much out of me out of the day. I'm going to have to go home early, take a nap.
It's true though, but it does
nothing.
Right. But it feels like you have because you're like, I'm outdoors.
Yeah.
I had to paddle a couple times. It's true though. I think it's just because it's good fresh air.
Well, same thing happened. We were up camping and we sat by the campfire mostly and then went for a little side-by-side ride. And I mean, they weren't long at all. And then we get back to camp. We're like, oh, we're exhausted. Like we might have been gone for 2 hours.
And literally just sat.
Yeah.
Did nothing.
We didn't hike.
It's true though. This is the same with floating. It's like, why? Like literally, it's the most relaxing, peaceful, fun thing. But also you get back, you're like, oh,
I'm so tired.
Let's rest.
I'm glad it's not just me.
No.
I'm like, well, maybe it's because I'm old.
No, I think it's just, that's, well, maybe I'm getting there too, but maybe it's just, I think just being outside.
We'd love to hear what the rest of your summer plans are.
Yes.
Things that you did for the first time, maybe, that you're pretty excited about. And I know you all played along at home, so why don't you give a report out on your list of things that you were going to do that you'd never done before. See if you're doing as crappily as Shannon, who's at 0, or
with no hope of 100%.
Or me, who's running strong at
20%.
2 of the 6 things.
Okay, well, you have to... When you go to Fifth and Wine or when you get food at Buffalo Blanc or when I eat at Grinders, we'll have to take pictures and share with people.
Yeah. Kind of more accountability since just saying things didn't work.
Okay, to our benefit, some of our things are not, they can still be done or they're seasonal things that we just missed the first season for that. Well, yours, my snowshoe one could have been done, but yours is specifically in the fall.
Yeah.
So.
Mine is still going to get done.
Yeah.
You will not get 100%.
No, I can do 80% or something like that.
That's your best hope.
Math is not my strong suit, but I can get 3 out of 5.
Yeah, well, I'm counting 6 because of the honorable mention.
Yeah, I can get 4 out of 6.
If I went for 5, I think my percentage is better. I think that's like 25%.
Yeah, I'm real bad at math. That's not 80%, but you know.
Hey, you guys get it. That's why we get you the numbers. You can do it in your own head.
That's right.
We're promoters. We don't have to do math.
Yep.
Things still left to do in Great Falls this year. Great Falls Voyagers, Electric City Speedway.
Horse racing.
We have downtown summer jams left. We've got Montana State Fair and all the things that are happening there, including Big Sky Pro Rodeo, concerts, Tucker Wetmore.
That's coming up in later this month.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah. July's going to fly by.
Tucker Wetmore is the one who you were like, ooh, he's gonna get big.
He's the next Taylor Swift. I believe is what I said.
That is what you said, yes.
And he's on his way. He's got like 3 hits now out on country music.
Okay.
So It's fast. He's climbing the charts fast. You want to see him here before
That's right.
you knew him when.
Mm-hmm.
And then this fall yet, we've got stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw that they announced the Luminaria Walk for
They
the
did
River's
for
Edge
end of
Trail.
August. Yep.
August 22 for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we still
We have Shakespeare in the Park
two
this summer.
different
Mhm.
shows.
Oh, and Fiddler on the Roof.
Yep.
Great Falls Theater Company is doing this month.
So plenty of things to
Mm-hmm.
still be doing here. Don't think you've lost out, even though we're not doing super good on our
Nope.
list. But that's why they give
'cause
you a
there's
whole
so
year.
much to do, and the things we do
Yeah.
enjoy doing, we do repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not just sitting
We're not just sitting
around.
around.
We're just doing things that
We're
are
doing stuff.
not on our list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are accomplishing things that are
We are.
first time things for us,
Yeah.
which I'm proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of our comfort zone,
Yeah.
seeing some
It's good
things,
stuff.
doing great things. So folks, until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful face in our fair city, we do hope you're creating amazing new memories wherever you are. We'll see you soon.
We are No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town.